On August 31st at the Armory in Minneapolis, Erislandy Lara is looking for his first victory in nearly 2 years. Lara isn't used to losing after more than 300 bouts going back to his teenage years in Cuba. Once one of the most feared southpaws in the super welterweight division, Lara knows at 36 he might be making his final push for a world title. It begins against Ramon Alvarez, a veteran boxer with a famous last name.
Talk about what's this actually going to look like? How does this fight end? Erislandy, I want to start with you. What happens?
Lo que sí le puedo decir, le puedo garantizar que el 31 de agosto el Team Lara sale con las manos en alto. Vamos a trabajar muy duro, vamos a trabajar fuerte. Si sale knockout, felicidades. Si sale la victoria en decisión en 12 rounds, felicidades. Solamente que el Team Lara va a estar bien enfocado, va a estar enfocado para esta pelea, que una pelea más es muy importante para la carrera del Team Lara y para mi familia.
Surprisingly, I have covered a significant amount of Ramon El Nutmeg Alvarez's fight. This is Canelo's older brother. He's 33 years old. Hey, let's go full screen for you. 33 years old, 28, 7-3 with 16 KOs. Look, don't he look like Canelo, but like older and balding? Hey, baldness is a disease, all right? So, I covered his Brandon Rios fight. I covered his Jorge Paz Jr. fight. I covered his Omar Chavez fight. I covered his Antonio Margarito fight. So he's always in wars, always in good fights, and now at this age, Erislandy Lara. See, Erislandy Lara is one of those young El Negro Cubans. He's 36, but really on paper, he probably like 42 or something. He has slowed down significantly, but that has made his fight so much better. The Castellanos fight, the Jared Hurd fight. I was at this Goucher fight on Showtime. People were literally walking out. It was crazy. His Yuri Foreman fight was the last fight on PBC on Spike. And guess what? His Jan Javek fight was the last fight on PBC on ESPN. This guy can put on some stinkers, man, but however, his skill set must be respected. I'm always going to respect his skill set. Always been an Erislandy Lara fan. And you would think he's been around a long motherfucking time. He is on Fight Night champion. He on Fight Night round 2. Knockout Kings and shit. He has been around forever. So this is PBC face-to-face, Lara versus Alvarez with Brian Campbell trying to get them to talk about Canelo. I see what y'all doing. So it's true just by, okay, in the back of your mind, boxing fans, he wants to beat up on Canelo's brother to get back in Canelo, hoping that Canelo will get mad enough to fight him again. But look, they really like selling the fight off of that. Here, let's go back to the beginning. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. It's going to be August the 31st on PBC on Fox. That's what, Labor Day weekend? So it's a quiet card, but overall, the main event should be exciting. You know, somebody's going to get knocked out. And we're going to talk about the 154-pound division and how now the WBA has put the WBA world title on the line. What has happened with Brian Castano? He was supposed to fight Michael Soro, but then declined. And now the WBA is just a mess. I can't wait until Dana White comes along and destroys them. Let's talk about that later on now. Let's go watch a couple of clips, talk about the fight, talk about the card. Please subscribe. We cover every single major fight live. And we are officially covering mixed martial arts.
National champion and winning more than 300 bouts, Lara left Cuba and turned pro in 2008. He had been schooled in the Cuban style of boxing, a style that eventually led him to the top of the mountain in his new home.
Que llegué y he logrado casi todo lo que me he proponido. Fui campeón mundial por muchos años y lo más importante de esto es que ahora me siento que estoy muy contento, ¿no? Porque me dan la otra oportunidad por un título mundial para recoronarme de nuevo y de verdad que yo siento que estoy en el mejor país del mundo.
After defending with Lara,
yo voy a trabajar para dejarle más que claras las cosas, que yo no soy ni mi hermano y que no va a ser lo mismo y que esa pelea no tiene que haber controversias. Creo que yo tengo un estilo diferente que demostrar y lo voy a demostrar esa noche. Y creo que me lo voy a demostrar a mí mismo porque no tengo a nadie más que demostrarle y se lo voy a mostrar al mundo del paso.
Forgot, I was watching it on the Fox Sports Go app. You can watch this. It's on your DVR. I know for sure that Xfinity, they've been doing a damn good job keeping up with all of these episodes. Like as soon as they air, they're on demand. So right now it should be this, the PBC on FS1 countdown with Brandon Figueroa versus Capcom, however you pronounce his name. Going to be covering that. But this should be on your DVR, and for sure, if you got Fox Sports on your cable, then you have Fox Sports Go, you know, and you have Fox Sports 2, which is Fox Sports Go. You just have to get whoever's in charge of the account, login information, and you have the app. So you can watch this. You know, this is from my DVR, but however, it is on demand. I would show it to you, but I really don't you know. So I forgot what I was looking for. Hold up.
Believe it. Plus the
commercials.
I think a lot of people have this question for you at age 36. Are you a more exciting fighter now?
So what I was trying to say was, on the Fox Sports Go part, you can't fast forward through the commercials. And usually another program I would be using, even though you motherfuckers don't give a fuck, but at the same time, it's quality for you. Wondering why you're seeing me skipping through commercials and shit. Is because for some reason on this program, they're not allowing me to do real-time edit. So therefore, you got to see me manually skip through the timestamps I have here written down, which this was one of them right here.
Because you have to be or because you want to be? Whether it was Jarrett Hurd, Brian Castano, you were in the phone booth trading big punches. I think a lot of people have this question for you at age 36. Are you a more exciting fighter now because you have to be or because you want to be?
Eso depende también de la necesidad del boxeador. Si yo veo que un boxeador me ataca mucho y me mete mucha presión, ya estoy obligado ya a pelearme a pelear con él. Espero que el día 31 de agosto el inocente venga con esa misma ansiedad que tiene de hambre y para hacer un buen show, para que la gente se diviertan y así para que esta noche sea una noche espectacular. Claro.
What do you make of the recent history for Lara? These fun fights that I mentioned. From your perspective, are the wheels slowing down a little bit? Are you catching Erislandy Lara at the right time?
Yo pienso que nada tiene que ver la edad. Yo pienso que...
He didn't really say anything there, but yeah, I mean, you know, Lara, you know, he doesn't move as fluidly anymore. You know, at this point in time in his career, he has been in some, you know, some wars, some brutal fights, even though before it was a gap between Jarrett Hurd and the Canelo fight, which was, you know, he had a nice run of lackluster fights in regards to after Canelo, right? Ishe Smith, Delvin Rodriguez, Jan Zavat, the Venus Martirosyan rematch that was years too late. Yuri Foreman with his bum-ass knee. No disrespect, Yuri Foreman. Terrell Goucher, who's actually, you know, has improved since that and is a player in the tops of the 154-pound division right now. And I forgot who he could be fighting next. Damn. It's not Lubin yet, is it? Lubin had the choice to pick between him and Trout. But anyway, moving on. And then that war with Jarrett Swift Hurd and another war with Brian Castano. So now, you know, Ramon El Nutmeg Canelo Alvarez, Canelo's brother, the brothers Alvarez, he has a good chance to not be Erislandy Lara, but, you know, to put him in another war that can slow Erislandy Lara down even more. So unfortunately, between the timestamps I have on here, oh, they're about to roll into Canelo. All right, so I'm going to let it play through for about the next 2 minutes. This is, you know, I can let this go through. But then I can't show you another timestamp. Go watch the full episode. So shout out to PBC on Fox and PBC and Fox overall, you know, for letting me be able to show these highlights and clips and all that. But I am getting better, so therefore we'll be able to do quick transitions. To, all right, let me shut the fuck up. Let it play through. So you're going to hear basically... You know, I'm like, it seems as though like they're selling this fight off of Canelo's name. How can you not see it? You know, and they're even talking about it. So this is supposed to help Erislandy Lara therapeutically if he beats Ramon to cope with him losing that close decision to Canelo. I had Canelo winning, by the way. Erislandy Lara, that punch variety, man, he didn't do too much. And now that he slowed down, you think that this Erislandy Lara today can beat a Canelo?
Eso ya es mitológico. Si el peleador se cuida bien siempre va a estar muy bien. Está de muestra el Mayweather, está de muestra Pacquiao, que son peleadores grandes y muy buenos, habilidosos. La verdad que eso no es factor. Yo digo que eso no se pierde. Entonces, yo creo que es un peleador muy habilidoso, rápido, pero él quiere mostrar que tiene más, yendo y dando buena pelea, entonces eso es muy bueno.
Desgraciadamente he corrido con una mala suerte en mi carrera deportiva. He tratado de hacer todo bien. De verdad que he tenido unas cuantas decisiones en contra de mi favor. Tu hermano, que tú estuviste en la esquina con él y tu hermano, tú sabes que tu hermano no me ganó. Pero bueno, los jueces lo vieron ganar y salió victorioso. Y después de eso he tenido más peleas más fuertes, que he dado lo mejor de mí. He salido a luchar, he salido a pelear y me han robado. Quiere decir que yo creo que el factor mío es de ser cubano. No me han dado el empuje final que me hace falta.
No, bueno.
There you go. So, I know people go to it's going to be one of them fights that people are going to argue about for years and years and years. Well, you know, Canelo, he only threw and landed 9 jabs. How many jabs was this? Some shit. You know, Erislandy Lara was giving him a boxing lesson. Canelo was blocking him, Lara was blocking all that shit. Hey, you're entitled to your opinion. I think that Canelo won, you know. But moving on, let's go to the final timestamp so we can get the hell out of here. I'm going to be covering the fight, and really, you know, there's not really too much to talk about. The undercard is, you know, it's a Labor Day weekend card. They don't expect a lot of people to be in the crib. You know, here, let me pull up the card for you real quick. It's a large card, and I'm pretty sure a lot of it's going to be on FS1. By the way, the Caleb Truax Peter Quillin fight is supposed to be off. I was really looking forward to that. But something happened, you know, and the winner of this, by the way, was supposed to be the mandatory for Caleb Plant. Raymark Gaballo, Sean Simpson, heard of him somewhere. Large card. Victor Barthélemy of the Brothers Barthélemy. Is he Barthélemy? Look how many fights on this card. And I'm going to be here watching it. So that's next, when is the 31st? Is that next Saturday or Sunday? So yeah, it would have been nice to have Lara Alvarez and then have Caleb Truax versus Peter Quillin too, but you know, it is what it is. Also, the WBA has decided to put this belt back on the line. Ew. So here's how it breaks down. Tony Harrison and Jamel Charlo are going to fight in October or November. J-Rock Williams and Jarrett Hurd are fighting their rematch sometime in the next couple of months as well. And hopefully we'll have a unification between Tony Harrison, Jamel Charlo, Julian J-Rock, and Hurd by March, April, no later than May of 2020. Jaime Munguia is fighting Patrick Alati, and he could have been fighting Jesse Vargas, but wanted to fight Jesse Vargas at a catch weight, but yet fighting this Patrick, whatever this goddamn guy's name is, Alati. And I got a chance to look at some footage on him. Let me tell you, he's going to get demolished. For the belt, it's weird over there. But nonetheless, Al Heyman doesn't respect the WBO anyway. And Al Heyman fighters, you know, they steer clear away from it. So that is the 154-pound division. Then you have Erickson Lubin, you know, and Austin Trout is still somewhat in the mix. Sergio Garcia, I'm interested to see what he's going to do, because he should eventually be ordered to fight Erickson Lubin, or whoever Erickson Lubin fights or wins against next, or whoever, to be the mandatory for the WBC. And there you see Ramon Alvarez, who in his last fight got a win over Jesus Carlos Paz in a split decision, barely made it out of there. Got to find that fight somewhere to watch. And I covered him versus Brandon Rios. So in reality, in his last, what's that, 5, he's 4-1. So But getting stopped by Brandon Rios, no disrespect to Ramon Alvarez, that kind of means something. So if you get stopped by Brandon Rios, then you're, even though you know it's a constant attack, you should be stopped by clean punches against a guy like Erislandy Lara. Just my personal opinion. So let's go to this last timestamp. And move on.
Of the year. I'm still fired up thinking about it. That was an end to your title reign. You follow that up with a close draw against Brian Castano and another sort of sleeper fight of the year. How hard was that to lose your world title in that way? How much is that motivating you entering August 31st?
Todos los caminos son difíciles, de verdad que he tenido las últimas peleas han sido peleas fuertes, pero bueno, esta pelea de 31 de agosto es una pelea muy importante para mí porque de ganar me colocaré campeón mundial de nuevo, interino, y para seguir.
Once again, he's saying interim title because at the time it was the interim title on the line, but now it is the WBA world title, that underling to the super world title that Julian J. Rock Williams now has.
Seguir más adelante y le diré que voy a enfocarme en el trabajo como siempre lo he hecho, siempre he subido a pelear y para salir victorioso esa noche.
All right, one thing, Erislandy, that you can learn from is watching video of Ramon Alvarez fight. And when it came time to accept him as an opponent, do you feel like he's on the level of those big names that you've been in the ring against in this division over the last decade?
Te voy a hablar sinceramente, cuando me dijeron de la pelea con Ramón, yo nunca lo había visto pelear, nunca te he visto pelear, hasta ahora que estoy mirando unos videos ahí. Pero en sí, yo nunca te he visto pelear. Yo no miro, no me gusta ver por mi trayectoria de boxeo amateur. Parece que como en Cuba no teníamos la posibilidad de ver los boxeadores cuando salíamos fuera del país. Yo no estoy acostumbrado a ver videos de boxeadores y de verdad nunca te he visto pelear. Y sí me voy a preparar fuerte para la pelea porque no sé cómo tú vienes, no sé la forma de pelear tuya. Voy a estar bien enfocado en tu pelea para ti, ese 31 de agosto, para dar lo mejor de mí. Y te recomiendo que estés ready porque vengo a ganar, no vengo a jugar, no vengo a perder. Claro. Vengo a ganar.
Los dos venimos igual.
Ok.
Basically, he's saying he ain't watching no tape. So regardless, no matter what, of course, obviously, you know how I get there. We're going to be here with post-fight show and post-fight highlights. The post-fight show that I used to do back in the day or about a year or so, it's coming back consistently. After every major fight, we're going to be live streaming. Also, pay attention, very soon will be the Sean Porter, well, the Errol Spence, excuse me, versus Sean Porter PBC face-to-face. I'm sure that's pretty much shot right now. They probably shot it when they were over there doing the press, the media stuff in LA for the press conference. So, I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Please subscribe.